I'm feeling a bit lonely here, Adrian. You have to come back. What's up, mate?
Fuck, disaster. Yeah. Good. Sorry, bro. I had one of those days, man.
Yeah, no worries.
One of those days. They tell you falling's amazing, but they don't tell you how bad falling is when you crash the kite, mate, and you're like 1K offshore.
Where you at kiting now?
I was just, I was kiting, but mate, as I said, I crashed the kite, but the wind died and the kite fell out of the sky and I couldn't get the kite up. Yeah. And I was literally, it's the second day in a row I've been more than a K offshore when it's happened.
All right. Otherwise, how are you? You're good?
Good. Yeah, good.
Your camera is a bit more, less light than it usually is, but it doesn't matter, but I just reckon I have pretty good light today and pretty good camera, I think so.
I mean, to be honest, man, I don't have my the reason why that is my what have I done? What have I done with my I know where it is. It's on the other side. Hang on a second, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mumbling Adrian Kerr getting ready for the forecast.
Well, sorry, man. I'm just trying to
No worries. I'm just kidding around. No, it's
mate,
it's fine. We can do it like this.
You're just going to have to use this one.
Yeah. No worries. It's just a bit interesting because I actually learned how to use so this is my cell phone up here. So I'm not using my ordinary. So I have a small software that I can use cell phone, and it's much sharper, the image, than I have with my Dolphin.
I can do that. I can use this Arium's. Let me try that one. I can do that too. I have that technology.
Everyone who is interested in that, it's called Irion. Yeah.
Exactly what I'm using, Irion.
Yeah, it's really good. Really easy to set up, and the quality is actually amazing compared to what I usually use.
The cool thing about using this Iridium thing, you can actually use your cell phone light, so you can turn the light on your cell phone on.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that. Yeah.
This is riveting.
So how's your progress with foiling?
Dude, this is actually pretty good. Mate, my foiling's actually going pretty well now, actually, man. Foiling wise, I can do long, straight runs, carving up and back, no problems now. Actually, you know what? The bottom line is, mate, I need to actually. I used to laugh at people who said, "Oh, I've got a foiling kite," and I used to think it was a ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah.
You don't need a foiling kite; just use a kite. But you know what? I think I need a foiling kite. I think I need like a strutless kite, something that will drift downwind. So when you do go downwind, it won't backstall and stuff like that. So maybe that's something I need to look at in the future. I said, anyone out there wants to give me a foiling kite, Kitesurf 365, hit me.
I'll give a shout out to everyone. No, I do have I got this one strut kite from Elevate Kites, and it makes a huge difference because when I started foiling, I was using the FS, the freestyle crossover kite. Oh, sure. And it doesn't drift at all. But in the beginning, I could use a little bit larger kite than I usually would with a like a one strut or something. So then it worked. But once that kite goes into the water, it's really game over. So you need something really light. But
I found today, for example, as I was crashing, right, and I would try to push the bar out to bring the kite back up. But when the wind's so light, even a 3-stroke kite's quite heavy. Starts to backstall. It's man. It's 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row, I've had long swims. So I was, today when I was going in, I was thinking, this foiling is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm not enjoying that. I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy that it's not a workout.
No, it's much easier on the body. It is for sure. Yeah.
That sort of annoys me.
Yeah. I've been out Monday and Tuesday now. Quite a lot of wind. Doing some training for the bigger Kite League event that was supposed to happen. Unfortunately, Corona has hit Sweden pretty hard now, so we are back on very restricted how many people we can be, etc. So it's a maximum of 8 people in any event. So we had to cancel it, nothing to do. So we'll get back bigger and stronger in like April somewhere. But that is tough on the body, being out, trying to boost and loop. And I'm trying to push myself to loop above 10 meters. I'm not there yet, mostly because I didn't have the wind, but I'm getting the courage now back again to do it. So, but it's really, I feel it really hard in my stomach, but then it's good to go out foiling, for a couple of days. Then you're back again.
Yeah. Mate, that's a real shame, mate. I mean, that's happened in Sweden because you were sort of praised for leading the way, right, when it came to sort of herd mentality and things like that. So that's a bit of a shame that's gone that way, mate, So I hope that does happen. I was going to ask you about that, actually, because that was just for Swedish riders only, though, or Scandinavian riders only, correct?
No, we actually said that, Scandinavian, but first of all, Swedish. I talked to Oscar, who started this whole project, and then included me in it for several reasons. But it's been a blast doing this together with him. And I asked him about what his thoughts about having. Because there was quite a lot of Danish riders who wanted to come. And also I got some questions from, the No Work surf team guys in Estonia. But Oscar said that he would rather refer to have this first one, the first trial version of the Kite League Sweden, only for, Swedes, doing it in Swedish and everything. So he preferred to have all Swedish setup of riders. But then next time, and basically now probably it's the next fall, we want to open it up for others to come as well, of course. Sure. But we have to see. And there's a lot of really good riders here in Sweden as well. So I actually got in, but if we were to do like a seeding or qualifier or something, I would probably not make it. But we have to see. I think I can be up there competing with the young guys, but I'm not hopeful that I were anywhere near winning it. But it's just fun to be part of it,
Absolutely. It was funny today. I was sort of penning my King of the Air list and going through who I thought would make it, who I thought the wild cards could be. And it doesn't leave a lot of spots, man. I mean, it doesn't leave a lot of spots at all for riders, especially with a fleet of 18. So that's going to be interesting moving forward,
Yeah.
These are the kind of things I do, man. Sit around pinning quota fleets,
Yeah, that's nice. I want to talk more about that. I want to hear Liz, but first of all, I want to say welcome everyone into the Forecast podcast, Kitesurf podcast with me, Michael Ericsson, of course, with Adrian Kerr. Nice to be talking to you again. This is episode 8, so we have been doing these a few times now. Not as many as you have. I see you are closing on 190 now. So will you make 200 podcasts for Kitesurf 365 in this year, you think?
Well, actually, there's actually over 200 anyway, because there's all the Colin Carroll ones.
Yeah.
There's 8 or 9 of those, and then there's the kiteboards and cable parks. But for chronological order, to episode 200, I don't think so. Normally in December, I only go till the 15th of December. Then I stop till the New Year. So I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look. Maybe I'll make. At the moment, 187. No, I think it's too much. Let's see. I'm not going to say never, but I think that will be in January 2020.
Yeah. All right. So, but going back to topic of this episode, I think King of the Air is a great topic to have, and also, of course, discussing the competitions going on in Brazil. We have finalized the freestyle foiling event there, and we are in the middle of the twin tip freestyle. But I thought we would start with King of the Air. So you were saying you made a list of potential winners, did you?
Yeah. So for actual potential winners, I actually asked people, right? I went out and said, hey, who do you think will win? So first of all, when you ask the public, you get a huge variety of answers, and some, I guess, are logical thinkers, some are fan favorites. So you do get a variety of that. But the people who were the top scorers in that, Liam, Jesse, Yannick, Aaron, and Mark Jacobs were the top 5 from people who scored. But there's a big asterisk by Liam. A lot of people picked Liam as the winner.
Yeah.
But a lot of people said they would feel Liam would win more titles if he was on different kites, which was interesting. I never really hadn't had many people talk about. I mean, obviously there's been discussion about, the W2F, the Bandit, and the Bullet over the years for Liam, but a lot of people said they thought if Liam was on a dedicated big air weapon, he would probably be better, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it also depends on where he feels the most confident. And he is still trying to do some handle passes and those kind of things when he's doing the big air competitions. So I'm guessing he could probably go higher and do other things if he's on a dedicated big air kite. But I mean, maybe. We have seen, I mean, looking at Kevin and the consistency he has in his riding, I think it's quite a lot also because of the type of kite he has, of course. So, yeah. Now, it would be interesting to see him having a mix of kites in the competition.
Yeah, it was funny, actually. If you listen to the last episode I just put up, it was with Hayden Jonas. It just went out today. He was Jesse's caddy, and he talks about caddying for Jesse. And mate, Jesse has 9 kites ready at all times, all with bars, and about 3 different boards the whole time. So you are just basically on the move the whole time. So, and they've got like a sequence that they don't really practice for changing kites. I know that people have changed kites and boards and boots to straps throughout the thing, but I'm not sure that's ever been a real success.
No, I guess no. Changing sizes might be necessary.
Changing sizes, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Aaron went out in boots one time and then changed halfway in the heat to straps.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago or something. I remember that as well.
I think that's sort of been put to bed now. I don't think guys are doing that so much. It's generally the caddies are just changing sizes of kite, right?
Yeah.
Dropping, either going up or down depending on the wind.
Mm. Yeah, I've listened to, I think like 60-70% of that episode that you just put out. And it was really interesting to hear him talking about caddying for a pro rider there and how important it is, and as I said, pumping 9 kites to have them ready just in case, and 9 bars and everything is like, interesting. Yeah.
So something like I think it was 3 8s, 3 9s, 3 10s. It's just like 3 of everything. That's so crazy. But hey, you know what? I guess you got to be prepared at all times.
Yeah, we have seen competitions. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was one competition was with the Mega Loop Challenge or whatever, and they broke one kite and they had to go out with either a bigger size or a smaller size, just because that's the only thing they had, and that could be fatal for the result that you could potentially have. And not only that, like the mental game of having to switch size of kite even though you don't want to. So it's just I think it is a good strategy to have maybe not 3 of each, but maybe like pushing it a bit, at least pumped for each and every heat. But yeah.
Well, I can think of 3 occasions off the top of my head where riders have gone out on other people's kites.
Yeah.
Mark Jacobs, about 4 or 5 years ago at the King of the Air, he went out on Renault's kite. Liam's F1 died, and he went out on a duotone kite. And also Alberto Cruz at the last King of the Air, his star kite died and had to go out on a duotone kite. So it does happen. Yeah. I mean, that's changing. Those guys were out on completely different brands, let alone different sizes.
Yeah. But you seem much more positive now about thinking that Kota will actually be in 2021 compared to when we talked the last time. So what made you change your mind?
Speaking to Sergio, number one, I think that was, I think he probably, the determination he showed and the dedication that the South African team to get this on, definitely I was 50-50 before that. I was 80-20 after. I think I'm definitely 90-10 now because South Africa have gone out and recently changed the rules. I'm not going to say it's 100% on because, as you know, in Sweden, things can change overnight, right? They can just suddenly say, hey, this is not going to happen. Definitely after speaking to Sergio Cantagalli, who's the event director for Red Bull King of the Air, we will not have the crowds. I think that's a fact. I think it will be a controlled area for riders and media only. And that will actually bring something different to the Red Bull King of the Air. I think that part of riding at that event is dealing with the crowd, dealing with the pressure, dealing with that type of stuff. And, historically, the more experienced guys have done well because they've been able to handle that, So maybe that is going to open the door for somebody else. But again, I think it's going to be hard to make the event this year just because of having 4 guys qualified and then 3 wildcard spot. It only leaves 11. That's not a lot of people.
Yeah. I was thinking we should talk about the rider list as well and the qualification because as most probably know now, they changed from 6 pre-qualified riders to 3, only the podium. And then they were supposed to have a set of flight to events that, didn't happen. We had one that we have talked about before, called Hawaii Games. But they have like 2 wildcards also.
He told me 3 wildcard positions.
3 wildcards,
And I get the feeling after speaking to him, Ayrton's going to get one again, which probably means Angeli might get one. So I think those 2 probably will get wildcards again. The 3rd one, who knows? Maybe they'll go for a young rider. I don't know. Maybe they'll use that as an opportunity to get a young rider because that already. See, the thing is, if you have 3 guys and 6 fly twos, it still only leaves every year 8 or 9 positions every year, which is not a lot of positions for 50, 60 videos a year, which is round about what they get entries, right? And I was talking to Watson about that. To even make the King of the Air is a massive achievement now.
Yeah,
it is a huge achievement just to even make the King of the Air, be a riders list, get a Leica and get that famous photo as a pre rider. That you can put that on your wall for life to say I rode at Koti. So
yeah.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I personally, I don't think Ayrton deserves a position there. I'm happy for Angeli to get a wild card. I think she is leading a massive charge when it comes to the women's side. I'm happy with that. Ayrton, it's not for me, man. That's not for me.
I think there's, I like seeing him boost and going as high as he is, but I'd much rather see a dedicated event or competition for strapless riders because it's a little bit about same as with my feelings for the Hydrofoil Freestyle event that they just did with the GKA. It's when you're mixing 2 different disciplines in that way, it's really hard to really know, the difficulties and how to judge, and as a spectator as well. It's super impressive what he's doing, but he's always doing board offs. He can't do anything else, so it's really hard to compare.
Do what they did a few years ago with the girls. Get them in and get Ayrton, get James Carew, get Kiko, get a whole bunch of strapless guys there and get them to do an expression session.
Exactly.
Keep that position for a rider, a big air competitor, and have the strapless boys do a expression session where they've got half an hour for the crowd. The crowd will love that.
And the thing is that discipline has grown so much compared to like only a year ago. So I can understand why he was part of the competition last year. But right now, I feel that there's so many more that can be, competing with him, and that they can actually make a separate competition only for that, as you said, I did with the women as well. But yeah. We have to see. We don't know which one the wild cards are. But that leaves 11 video entries, right?
Yep.
Have you seen a lot of video entries coming?
No, I haven't looked. I've seen Clemens, I've seen a few, but I haven't necessarily looked yet. I mean, there's still another 12, 13 days before the video is closed. I will definitely go through those. But again, what is the video really? I mean, there's guys who put amazing videos who don't ever get looks. I do believe that there is some bias in the selection of these videos, and I'm not saying that happens. That's the way I feel. So yeah, you're basically what your video is. Your video for me. If you put a video, I'm ready to come. Basically, I'm putting my hand up. Pick me. Rather than we're going to pick the best videos here. Your video, by putting a video, is like putting your hand in the air to say, hey, I'm ready if you need me. Because I don't think the videos this year. I mean, this year also you're allowed to use video footage from up to 2 years ago, which is a new change because of lack of events and lack of riding and lockdowns and stuff like that, which I think that was quite cool. But not allowed to use King of the Air footage, I believe.
Exactly, yeah. Now, I think it's good that they made that decision. As you said, it has been harder for people to film and to do a video this year than compared to other years. So it's good that they can use a little bit of all the footage. I enjoy seeing the video contribution coming in. So I've been trying to find some of them as well. I've only seen like 2 or 3 so far. But as you said, there's a little bit more time there. So we will probably see more coming. Yeah, the days.
I don't know, man. I mean, look, Liam, Mark, Stephen, who missed out, they've got to get videos in now. Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen anything from those guys.
No.
So I mean, I think I've only seen Clemens, put a video on, but I'm sure others will come in and we'll start happening now.
But there are actually some rules when it comes to the videos as well that might be, I wouldn't say hard, a little bit challenging for some of the riders, because you're not allowed to use like a GoPro mount. You have to film the whole jump. I think it is also from like surface areas so they can see the height of it, and also you have to land it. So I think it was Clement. He had 2 of his jumps where you didn't actually see him land. So I'm wondering if they will how they would judge that. I guess they've never been fans of point of view. I mean, that's actually been for the last couple of years. They don't really like point of view shots. They do want actual like distance shots, really. But I don't know, man. Let's see what the videos look like. It's going to be tough. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they've got no matter what happens, you're going to have a certain number of South African guys there. And if you look at those South African guys, you're probably okay. Let's look at the top 2 South Africans last year were Stuart and Josh. They both made the quarterfinals. Then you're probably going to have to give Ross a look because he is a major winner because he won the Mega Loop. And then you've got Jason van der Spey, you've got Aussie. These guys are sort of now on the fringe, So even if you take 3 South Africans, it doesn't leave a lot of room, I mean, if you take those 3 and then you look at Liam, Mark and Stephen Ackersdyke, who were, as I think, screwed over, but apparently not. Then you still got to find places for Lassie, Yannick, Stig, Simon Bruin, Martin Hagar, Arthur Guibert. Man, just the list goes on and on and on. You've got to find all these spots for these guys, and that's not going into the stalwarts who have been thereabouts, the Renaults and those guys, So it's gonna be tough, man. I mean, the tough decision as well. Yeah, a lot of big names that will either. Yeah, that will probably not make it this year. Or I would say, I mean, it will be fun to see a bit more of the newer names as well. A little bit of mix there as well. So
yeah, but I mean, that's easy to say, right? Yeah, let's mix up the fleet. Let's freshen the fleet up. Okay, look, let's just go back to what I was saying, right?
Yeah,
they're going to have some South Africans, right? So Stuart, Josh, Ross. Let's say they choose the top 2 and Ross because he's won a major before. That's 3 spots. You'd have to think Liam, Mark, and Stephen are going to get positions because of the whole 6 to 3. That only leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left. Yeah, 5 spots for everybody else. I mean, that's not a lot, man. I kind of feel that this year we won't see a changing of the guard because of just the whole situation. But, I mean, and that's not including, the second most person voted for, Yannick. So let's say Yannick's going to get a position, right? So that's 4 spots left. Let's say Lassie, who got second at Cold Hawaii, who's been a bit out of form but looks like he's coming back into form, give him a spot. and Stig 2 and 3, that leaves 2 spots for about 100 guys.
Yeah, and there's some big names that you haven't even mentioned there, like Lewis
Martin
and
Hager,
Sam, and everyone.
Yeah, I mean Sam Light. I mean it's unbelievable. There's so many guys there. Look at that whole fleet from Lord of Tram. There's all the French contingent who are there. There's just so many guys to fit into so little numbers. Someone's going to be pissed, and that's not even. We haven't even mentioned Aussie and these guys. Jason Van der Spey, these other South Africans who are there. I mean, I kind of feel like people like Jamie Overbeek. It's too early for him, being only 14. So same with Lorenzo Cassetti. I think he's probably too young as well. But man, there's a lot. Yeah. It's tough.
Do you think, before we go into next subject, because one thing, of course, comes to my mind is that do we need to change the format to open up for more riders without having, the same ladder process of having a second chance, whatever, so we can have more riders in there?
I don't know. I think they really want to go down to 18 because they like 2-man heats. I think they prefer the 2-man riding heats. It's easier on the crowd. It's easier on the production than having 3 riders. Maybe 3 riders early, but then get as quick as possible into 2. I like the single day format. I think the single day format is awesome. 24 was a lot, right? It's a huge number of riders. Yeah, I'm happy with 18, but again, what about next year? Top 3 plus 6, that's 9. There's at least only 12 videos,
Yeah, but that's a bit of my, the point I'm trying to make, because since there are so many really good riders now in the big air scene, but only 18 spots, how do you really truly, honestly, how can you give the best riders that deserves it the most the spots with only having because it's only the video contribution. But again, if it's like you say, that by sending in a video you say I want to be part of the competition, then it really doesn't matter that much what the video is and how you're performing in it, if they are only going to select from the whole year or whatever.
What I'd do? This is what I'd do. I'd do the 3 winners, the 6 fly to winners, that's 9. Then you got, by the way, you still got your 3 wild cards. That's 10, 11, 12. That only leaves us 7 guys, I would do a points race at the fly to events. Just get those guys to commit to as many fly to events. Okay, the winners get a position, they drop out of the points. Then the next top 7 point accumulators, who are guys who are committed to going to some type of tour, like a big air tour, which will be the fly to tour. Those next top 7 guys who score points, which will reward consistency, can make it to the finals. So therefore, you're making King of the Air like a finals event, and take the Mega Loop out. Mega Loop can be its own event, invitational only.
Yeah, I agree.
But it sounds like the Mega Loop's going to continue to be a fly to, because I think in this position it's too easy to have. As you get older, you're like, oh, I really want to see these guys here, but they're just getting older with you, I mean, we really need to have a qualification which puts the pressure on the more established riders and turns it into the event that we really want.
Yeah, interesting to see, for sure. All right, GKA SuperFoil Brazil. Did you see anything from the competition?
I mean, I just probably like you guys, I saw little Instagram clips here and there. It looked pretty cool. I mean, it's hard to know because they didn't have a live stream, but it looked like they had a fun event. It was good to see some of Paula and and Maxime and some of the sort of freestyle guys come down and get involved. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably the start of something new. I don't know really yet, because not really many people had eyes on it. That's the key, right? But it looked like it was well received. It looked like they had a lot of fun. So I guess that's the main point, right?
Yeah. I've seen the summary videos that they put up on YouTube. On Facebook as well, etc.
Sure.
One thing that was a little bit unclear to me was, did they run 2 different foil competitions? Or was it just because Joe said in his video, I'm actually have it here. I don't know if you can hear this, hopefully, but...
Spins and we had 12, but it was the Frenchman Charles Brodel who took the win with his beautiful, stylish board-offs.
Did you hear him say that? He said that it was the Frenchman who won the whole thing, but then later on in that same video, they interviewed Fred Hope, and he says, and he also has the first position place. So I'm guessing that was something he said wrong, but
well, maybe
I'm not sure if they had two different competitions in there because I saw,
maybe, I mean, they definitely had a wing top. They definitely had one wing, right, and one kite. There was wings there as well, right?
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Maybe it was that then. Anyhow, I was just, it's a bit, I think it's a bit sad that we couldn't follow it more than we could. But I understand with the live streaming as well. And we talked about this before in the previous episode. I think it was fun to see that they did this, and this is a beginning of something. And I talked to my friends about it as well, and they especially the guys that are really into foiling, they think this is a really a good start of something new, you know. But it was really hard to see. Hard, I wouldn't say hard, but seeing, you know, the different style of Fred Hope doing the around the world, and then someone doing a really high strapped in board off with a foil. It's for me, it's really hard to compare, even knowing which one is the hardest one to do. But
I think the answer is all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard enough to jibe a foil, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, if you are truly dedicated, then of course you can probably. But then again, I mean, it's totally different discipline to have strapped in and do high jumps and compared to doing on surface. Really, it's like comparing when people were competing in skateboarding many years ago, there was like the board never left the ground. They just flipped it around, and that one
so that was many years ago.
That's many years ago, yeah. But then it turned into like the half pipe, and they have all these other things, And you wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to compare the disciplines and the styles against each other. I think we are a little bit in the same here as well.
I think that was a thing. They said, look, we don't know what's going to happen here. We're just going to experiment and let it can come. If you look at the early days of kiteboarding competitions, there was guys on twin tips, guys on directionals, guys with straps, It was all over the place. So it does take time for a sport to define itself. So let's give it a bit of time and see where it goes, I think that, we have the foil now, we have the wing, we have the kite, they're two different styles. And let's see where they go. Probably foil freestyle will become more like kiteboarding freestyle. We saw some handle passes. Maybe we'll see more of that. Maybe we'll see an old school style, which will come up, which will be more board offs and high floaty jumps and loops and stuff. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, and they seem to have a really good time. And as I said, I've been following them on social media, and it was really everyone was like COVID tested in the beginning, and. Yeah, so it's great to see that they actually are able to do these competitions, because there's much more to it than an ordinary event. I'm guessing, at least from what it looks like. Yeah. And yeah, I'm very curious to follow the freestyle event now. The twin tip freestyle event just started as well. The Super Kite Grand Slam, as they call it. There's a lot of Brazilians in the competition.
A lot.
And I'm guessing that's because some people actually had difficulties going there.
Well, I think it's free for them, right? I mean, like that guy, Eric Anderson, doesn't really travel that much because of the money. But what about that guy, Devi Ribeiro?
Yeah.
12 years old. 317. 12 years old, he's throwing 317.
12, yeah. I thought it was 14. 12 years old, yeah. I saw some of his tricks. They didn't live stream the first day there, so I couldn't see all of it. But I saw some footage of his tricks. Wow, what a talent! What this guy, yeah. And he's
already on Duotone, right? There you go. Duotone's already snapped him up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he won his heat. So yesterday, we are now Wednesday. I will try to get this one out as soon as I can, but we are on Wednesday now. Yesterday they had the the first and second round, and the first round was like
those are qualifiers, right? Those are just guys trying to qualify for the main event.
Yeah. So there were 4 heats, and the first position in each those 4 heats went directly into the main event, round 3, and then the rest of the guys, that's the second places, were battling for the last 2 positions in there as well. So that they did yesterday, and I actually think they have started now with the main event.
Riding, Yep, they're riding
now. I'm
now.
Gonna follow it when we are done here. So, but yeah, it's really interesting to see, and then it will be fun to see the big names as well, of course, battling out again. It's the first time this year, right? They haven't had any competition.
One and only event of the year.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably see a high level. There's no pressure, no pressure on these guys to perform, right? There's no pressure for championship points, so I think we'll see a really good level, I think. Yeah,
I'm hoping for that. Either that, or they're just so super stoked about being in an event, so they want to just do everything and then get impression from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's fun to see, and of course, I'm hoping that we will after this. Go back to more ordinary situation for the beginning of next year.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Otherwise, we'll have another one of your distance battles that you love so much.
I love the concept of the distance battle. I didn't love the distance battle. That's the difference. Yeah. But GK seemed to enjoy it, so maybe we can see it next year.
They loved it, man. Mate, well, talking about doing well, mate. What about your Nick Jacobson episode on your new vlog? That was you had a mini viral success. The thing is, when you have those viral success, you want them every time, right? And then you quickly realize that they're hard to come by.
No, you know what? I'm not trying to focus on the numbers too much. I just do my vlogging and my editing for the fun of it. But of course, it is interesting to see how, that video with Nick in it had more views the first 20 minutes than any of my other videos. So of course, it was interesting to see where will this end. And right now it's I think it is 5,500 views on it. So it's good, and I put another one out as well. And the first comment I got was, "What? No, Nick." It's I can't. I have to use all the footage of him because he is in South Africa now. So
that's strange. And what about your daily vlogs? The one that you've taken over from Ben?
Yeah, it's not daily vlogs. The name of it is Kiteboarding Daily. It's I think I truly enjoy that channel when Ben was doing it. I was also actually featured in it a couple of times, and I just missed it so much. So a couple of months, 2-3 months ago, Ben went out to say that this is the biggest giveaway I have ever done. I want to give away this channel. It has 700, followers. And I was thinking about it already back then, if I were to see if I can take over the channel. But I had too much with the Kite Games and, everything with my job, ending that and everything. So I thought to myself, well, someone else can do it. But then I haven't seen anything. So I contacted Ben again, and he said that, no, you know what? No one has really wanted to take it over. So yeah, I thought I would give it a try. And to be honest, the responses have been really, really good. So I've done the first episode there now, and I'm gathering clips and everything for the second one. I would try to do on, this weekend, perhaps. I said I won't be doing it every week, most likely at least. But then again, I'm quite restless guy, so I might do one. I have my new setup here now with my little studio as well. So it's fun to have a little area where I can actually film a little bit more. So yeah. We have to see, but it's a fun thing. I enjoy the format, and I think it has a place for sure as well. So as long as I enjoy it, I will keep doing it, and then maybe someone else can take over. It can be like those channels where you can have new.
Pass it around.
Yeah, we have to see.
It's a good idea. Yeah. Give it to some Grom. Let him go for it.
Yeah, if someone wants to, when I feel that I'm done with it, I would probably do next year at least. Yeah, I have to see. I have you as well. I mean, we need to keep this podcast going as well, you know. So yeah, and hopefully finding a new job as well. So yeah.
Well, yeah, you might get a job soon, mate. It might be all over.
No. I do have time, but of course, if I won't probably have time to do as many vlogs and as many Kiteboarding Daily, etc. If I do have a full-time job as well. Sure. Yeah, so we have to see. But as long as I'm enjoying myself, you know, I have quite a lot of time on my own. So yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
Rather doing this than just watching Netflix, you know, that's not what I want to do.
Yeah. Now they just put the price of Netflix up, man. What's going on, man? Nothing's for free anymore. Everything costs money.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Should we end it there?
Yeah. Sorry about my lack of readiness at the beginning. No, it's about 10 minutes of me just running around. No,
it's just fun. It's fun. I will cut a little bit out, but it's always fun to have a little bit more. You know, this is supposed to be very natural, and sure. We take it as we come. So I think it has its place for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool, all right, mate.
Absolutely. Who, by the way, let's give me your win for the freestyle this weekend. Let's go Liam, Val, Aduri, Maxime. Who have you got first? First, second, third. Now let's just go first.
I think, you know what? My money's on Liam this time.
Yeah, I sort of agree with you. I think Liam is just riding at such a good level at the moment, but let's see. I'm going to go Liam. Val.
I think Aduri. Aduri. And then Maxime. I think, I think it will be tough, but I think that's
good four. It's a good four. And how do you think Bebe will go? Bebe's back, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. It's very interesting. I haven't seen basically anything from him in a long time, so I had no idea where his level is. He could have been, you know, riding and pushing a lot, but in the background that we haven't seen.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think he has been busy with the family and everything around that. So I think we will see a good level from Bebe, but I don't think we will see the triple passes and, you know, the 10-point O's and everything that he had when we saw on the last times. So, you know.
Let's see. All right, man.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
I'm going to go Liam. Val, Aduri, that sort of order. I think Liam to win.
Yeah.
It's going to be, it's hard to say who's third because it doesn't really matter then, right? You know, the third and fourth. But I'll say I'd like to see a Liam Valentine final. But again, I don't know how hard Valentine's been pushing. But Liam, Valentine and Aduri have been riding together in the Dominican Republic, so maybe they are pushing each other quite hard. So I'll go Liam to beat Val on the final.
Yeah, interesting to see. We can give the results next episode.
2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, mate.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.